Good morning, welcome back to the Rural Tree Guy channel. We're up, it's early. I've done this intro about 3 times because I keep fucking jumbling my words, but it is what it is. Boss is already out. I can hear guys arriving, so I'm gonna get the shutters open, get changed, and find out what we're getting up to. But before I do, there's a digger. It's not quite as big as the one you see at home, boy, but it's a digger nonetheless, so let's get to it. On site, lovely little house down here in Hazelmere, mostly repeat trimming all the way along. Laurels haven't done too well this year, so that's sort of last of our priority list, sort of trees and stuff to round over big laurels, and this monster side boundary which I'll be getting started on. But had a bit of a mess up already this morning. We forgot ton bags, so one of the guys is going to pop off while we get cracking. But yeah, conifer, front boundary stuff, all the fun stuff ready for winter, get it all suppressed so that they can just be stress free until next year. And yeah, right, I'm going to jump up, get to it. Right, finished up here. Got that little side up. I do need to get on top of that, but I'll have to do it from the other side with some ladders. Gone as far as I can reach, just curving this down, trying to get a bit of a shape, just the garden flows down. So I've done as much as I can get on top of the roof. So I'm going to try and get in there. Probably won't be able to, so I'll just set ladders up and carry on, but let's keep going, keep pushing. Solid. Go! Right. They look alright, yeah? Alright, well, that was a bit sketchy, but we got it done. Looks tidy. Just got this absolute monster laurel dome to get cracking on with now. So, yeah, lots of individual bits. The guys are well underway working their way around that side, so almost met up. Yeah, jump back on a trimmer. Right, got most of it done. See, he's got the short back and sides, just need to shorten up the top a little bit, but absolute nightmare. It's quite tough to tell, but that gradient and the soil is so slippery with this laurel this time of year is like fucking ice. So yeah, gonna bag a bit of this up, get that into some piles, and then call the guys in for a first break of the day, get some coffee on us and crack back on. So for the fun stuff, let's get to it. Oh, not sure if you can hear me, but little trick for you. Get it all situated. We get a phone call from my wife. Looks like it's about time I take a FaceTime and say good morning to my family, but I'll call them back. Little trick, sort of get yourself situated in the bag either side of you and then covered in brambles, but we call it snailing. And you can just sort of wander forward. Yeah. Get the bulk of it up on your own quite easily that way. And then put the bag, saves sort of curving over the sides, because you've already got a bit of weight in there to give it some rigidity. Get most of this cleaned up and then I'll blow the rest down to the next section, otherwise you end up doing it twice. Pitchfork can be pretty good as well to lick this up, but it's just not enough growth for it to really hook in there. Shovels are pointless, and unless you've got one of those, what do you call it, like a snow plough shovel sort of thing, a bit wider, pretty useful, but we've just got little shovels. And I don't mind getting my hands dirty, so bring it in, scoop it up, back it away, one more grab. The rest of that I'll flow down to that section and then start down there, but get this pulled up to the top, emptied, and offer the guys some coffee. More hills. Ooh. Connie looks quite nice. Elliot done that, the trainee. Really smashed him through me. That'll go on, and someone's there to help me. Right, we are all caffeinated up, ready to fly through the rest of this job. Just a quick little chat because, well, nothing important, I guess, but improvements for the new year. I'm sure these trimming videos only really get seen by the real fans, or the sort of the non-clickbaity stuff. A lot of you guys that are regular viewers of the channel seem to watch everything, and I really appreciate all of you. Whether you're just popping in or here for the long run. But in the new year, I think I'm going to tone down the amount that I upload and do my best to increase the quality, because well, I sort of treat this as a part of my working week now, and I want to be able to bring the most to you guys. So in terms of content and quality. So it'll be sort of maybe a 2 to 3 time a week upload, but the footage will be better quality, audio should be better, editing better. Don't hold me to that. I'm doing my best. I do work a 9 to 5, have a growing family, and yeah, life sometimes gets on top of you. As you can see with the video this week, had some hassle with losing some footage, and I was too busy to sort of look through it, and yeah. But anyway, move on for that. I will be increasing the amount of cameras that I have, and I'm going to be buying another GoPro to start the New Year's filming, probably get it and start filming with it before, just to get used to it. Thinking about adding some mics into the mix so that I can give you some audio footage while I'm doing some of this trimming, rather than it just being wah, sort of trimmers over and over again, and chainsaws. I know that's quite interesting, but I kind of want to bring a bit more personality to the channel. But if there's anything that any of my regular viewers think that I could do better, the comment section is there for you guys to say your bit as well, and I read every single comment, reply to almost all of them, and we'll take any feedback, whether it's negative or positive. You know, whatever you'd like me to do. I'm sort of considering doing more, not vloggy style, but rather than it just being the action-packed stuff. I've seen mentions of it over the year of me doing it, where people would like to see a little bit more in depth of the day, which is what I want to bring. And when I first started filming, I found it interesting to just have the high action tree work videos, and now I'm realizing that the stuff that I view is actually more for the person rather than the content of tree work. So whenever I'm watching someone that does a blue collar job, so to speak, I quite like to watch the person more than the job they're doing, so to speak. So that's what I plan on sort of changing up in the new year. And but any feedback is welcome, positive or good. Like I say, what would you like to see improved? What would you like to see better? What do you think I could improve? What do I do bad now? What do you like that I do now? And yeah, I appreciate you all. So let's crack on with some trimming. Right, just finishing up the front, but literally just finished. Everything clean and tidy, all looking pretty good. Willow down there is looking good, whole back boundary. Very chuffed with everything. It's been a fair old push today. Good teamwork from the guys, but yeah, let's get cleaned up out the front and head home. It's been a long day. We're done, just locking up. Bit of a slog in the end. We did make it work, but it's got a bit of a squeeze to get what we've done in previous years. It's a tough thing of setting a standard when you're doing day rate work and sort of living up to them as the years go on. Staff changes, people have a bad day, and yeah, we got it done. We got it done, got everything done up to expectation, all the stuff we normally get done. So another trimming job under the belt, and I don't think there's many more of the usual day rate trimmings that we do. We sort of a select sort of 15-20 customers that we do every year for day rate, and yeah, we've got to be at the end of that list surely. But yeah, another day done. So hopefully you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you in the morning.